disconnect within the room. And I know with some reporters and some of the media members asking the kid, saying, hey, you know what, how do you endear yourself to teammates more? I don't know if there's ever really an answer. I mean, you can go out and, try to be the best player you can be. That's one way to do it. Personally speaking, I think another great way to do it is buying everybody pizza. Because you know who likes pizza? Everybody. Right? Everybody loves pizza. Let's go back to the phones here. Let's go to Brent. Brent is on line 3. Time to take a look at what happened around the league as we check in on some of the scores. The Stars were in a dogfight on the road against the Ducks. Dallas pulls one out in a tightly contested affair. The Senators took to the ice to battle the Devils. Ottawa took this one with a strong game at both ends of the ice. Don't go anywhere. We've got much more here on the show. Let's take a look at the rest of the action on the ice tonight in the National Hockey League. The Preds were on the road up against the Blues. Nashville played one of their strongest defensive games of the year, and they get the win. The Canucks were on the road to take on the Lightning. Vancouver tramples their opposition in this one with a powerhouse offensive display. The Blue Shirts were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Penguins. Pittsburgh powers this one out with a strong game in their own end. Don't even think about touching that dial or touching that button. We've got plenty more on the ice, and that's next. I think we can all agree. We like how he plays. We like the skill set. But you have got to play with a little more fire, a little more compete. You gotta turn that care meter up. Like, find that dial that goes to 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Turn it up, crank that sucker up. And I think that's exactly the message that the coaching staff has been trying to preach. The skill's there, the talent's there. But man, it is frustrating to watch when it doesn't come together on a regular basis. Back to the phones we go. We got Pedram on line 4. Well, some fun, some drama, a little bit of everything on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at some of those scores around the league. The Capitals went toe-to-toe on the road against the Blues. Washington tucks home the overtime winner. The Pens were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Flyers. Philadelphia put on a clinic defensively en route to a shutout victory. The Wild paired up with the Jets. Minnesota tightens it up when they needed to most, and they preserved the victory. We are as cool as ice, and we are bringing you many more stories from the NHL. We're doing it next. Let's take a look around the league and some of the final scores out there tonight. The Capitals were on the road to take on the Canucks. Washington pounds the opposition into submission with a big goal-scoring night. The Habs had a tall order to fill as they tried to take 2 on the road against the Avalanche. Colorado topples the opposition with a strong defensive effort. Let's check in on some of the final scores across the league tonight. The Stars faced off against the Canucks. Dallas pushes past in a tight one. The Blues faced off with the Panthers. St. Louis takes this one in overtime. The Avalanche. Now let's take a look at some of the rest of the action tonight in the NHL. The Bees look to run roughshod over the Capitals. Washington played a thriller, and they score the OT winner to take the extra point. Elsewhere on the ice tonight, the Penguins were hoping to play spoiler against the Senators. Ottawa tosses up a clean sheet performance thanks to a brilliant performance in goal. The Coyotes took to the road to match up with the Oilers. Arizona picks apart their opponents surgically with the win. Time for a quick break, but we got a lot more coming up on the ice next. All right, lots of wild happenings on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at some of the scores of what went down. The Canadiens were looking to steal 2 points against the Panthers. Florida takes this one thanks to a strong defensive effort. The Kraken played on the road against the Flames. Seattle pops like popcorn in this one, and they skate away with the win. The Predators had an on-ice collision with the Stars. Nashville tightened it up in their own end, and as a result, they get the payoff with a shutout win. Lots more to get to on the ice. Stay with us, everybody. All right, let's get all you poolies and all you hockey fans caught up on all the action out on the ice tonight. The Canes were hoping to come up with 2 points on the road against the Flyers. Carolina pulls this one out late in a game that had end-to-end action all night long. The Lightning played on the road against the Bruins. Boston tightened it up in the victory en route to a shutout. The Hawks took to the ice for a collision with the Stars. Chicago pushed on through for the 2 points thanks to the shootout win. We got to take a quick break, but we got a lot more coming your way next. Those were pretty pointed comments from the coaching staff to say, hey, look, you need to tighten it up on the ice. You are the message. I don't know what's next, but
first shooter for the Capitals, number 8. First shooter for Nashville, number 36, Logan. Next shooter for the Capitals, number 49. Next shooter for the Bruins, number 89. Next shooter for the Capitals, number 16. Next shooter for Nashville, number 32.
Great night to be on the couch and watching hockey. Tons of scores around the league. Let's take a look at what went down. The Caps were in tough with the Predators. Nashville picks up the win in the skills competition and the 2 points to go with it. Well, with this one in the books, let's get you caught up on some of the other final results in the NHL tonight. The Red Wings were in a dogfight on the road up against the Maple Leafs. Detroit toughs one out and pick up the win. The Devils took to the ice to lock up with the Rangers. The New York Rangers tightened it up in the victory en route to a shutout. We got a jam-packed show. We've got a lot more stuff we got to get to, so don't even think about going anywhere. Stay with us. Well, let's take a look at how the standings were impacted with some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Blue Jackets were hoping to fly high on the road against the Devils. Columbus trampled the opposition. All right, let's take a look at some of the final scores in the league tonight. The Wild played a game against the Bruins. Minnesota powers their way through late to come away with the win. The Ducks took to the road to match up with the Canucks. Vancouver terrorized the opposition goaltender. Can't even imagine how he feels after that offensive display. The Hurricanes took on the Sabres. Carolina played maybe one of their strongest games of the year at both ends of the ice and get the win. Hey, we got to pay a couple of bills here, but we got a lot more action we got to get to. Stay with us. All right, at this time, let's get you caught up on all the action on the ice tonight. The Canadiens were looking to grab points on the road against the Hurricanes. Montreal took it to the net in this one, and they pick up the win. The Stars were hoping to take a bite out of the Avalanche. Dallas puts on a show to pick up the win. The Oilers had their hands full with the Blackhawks. Chicago toasted the opposition with a humongous offensive output. Lots more puck talk coming your way, and we'll get to it next. Well, busy night in the National Hockey League. Let's see what happened elsewhere on the ice. The Rangers were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Ducks. The New York Rangers tightened it up late when they needed to most, and they pick up the 2 points. All right, let's go around the horn and see what happened elsewhere around the NHL tonight. The Wings were looking to steal 2 against the Penguins. Pittsburgh toughed this one out and get the 2 points and the win. The Rangers battled it out against the Predators. The New York Rangers toughed this one out and they get the Was there any volatility in the standings across the NHL tonight? Well, let's take a look at some of the final scores to find out. The Flyers were in a dogfight on the road against the Capitals. Washington put the nail in the coffin to pick up the overtime win. All right, here's a little more 4-1-1 on what went down in the NHL. The Sharks took to the ice to battle the Flames. Calgary toughed this one out, and they get the win. The Kings were on the road up against the Kraken. Los Angeles partied it up with a big offensive display. Hey, a few more hot-button issues we got to get to. It's a jam-packed show tonight. Stick around. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what went down tonight on the ice. The Flyers were on the road to take on the Capitals. Washington torches the lamp in the extra frame, and they get the 2-point win. All right, at this time, everyone, we'll catch you up on what went down in all the action in the league tonight. The Maple Leafs were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Capitals. Washington played a thriller, and they come up with the winner in overtime. Hey, no shortage of action and drama on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at what happened elsewhere. The Devils went toe-to-toe on the road against the Blues. St. Louis turns in a complete effort, and it's enough to pick up the win. Lots more still to come, including the story in MMA, the hardwood, and more. Stay with us. Busy night of action on the ice. Let's take a look at some of the finals that are in from tonight. The Capitals were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Flyers. Washington proves to be too much to handle in this one as they find a way to pick up the OT win. And a couple more results around the National Hockey League. The Lightning played a game against the Senators. Tampa too much to handle on this night, and they pick up the 2 points. The Kraken paired up with the Blackhawks. Seattle pounds home the winner in the extra frame and get the OT win. The story on the ice continues in a moment. Okay, everybody, let's take a quick look at some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Leafs were on the road to take on the Capitals. Washington, too much to handle on this night, and they pick up the win. Time to look at what was happening elsewhere in the NHL schedule. The Red Wings had a tall order to fill as they tried to take 2 on the road against the Devils. Detroit put in a gritty effort and were able to scratch out the victory. The Avalanche paired up with the Predators. Nashville takes this one in a fun one. We got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more coming up on the other side. Stay with us.
just doesn't go your way, tonight, everything falling up aces for him. 3 goals at home. What a night.
You know, when you look at the run that he has had over the course of his career, I mean, he's already built a pretty good resume to make a case for the Hall of Fame. Couple of Stanley Cups, has just been an absolute cornerstone for this franchise. But I also think he's not done yet, right? Like, I'm not ready to retire him just yet. I'm personally speaking, I'm wondering, does he still have enough for a third Stanley Cup? Can he win again? Can he take this team over the top one more time? I personally speaking, I think he has it in him. I think that there's still another run here in him and his ability. But I'm going to turn this over to you. Phone lines are open now.
They've given themselves a little bit of a chance here. James just opened the door for a little light. Can they find another one to really make it close?
Something to build on, right, Razor?
You just got to have something to believe in. This is it.
entry goes their way to help.
Well, it's not like you're trying to get it that close, but if you can get the bounce, you take it. That's kind of nice, isn't it? Shooting that thing in stride, it's so hard for the goalie to decide where the puck's delivered to. Beaten cleanly with a great shot.
Scores! And there's the hat trick, and to silence this crowd on the road.
And that feels good when you can zip up the home team's arena. Great feeling. 3 goals will do it.
Last minute of play in the third period.
Puts it in for the go-ahead goal.
Control the game now. You finally got the lead. You've worked so hard to get in front. Don't give it up now.
Pagonis scored by number 41. Assisted by number 8. Top of the middle.
They really moved the puck well on the odd man rush, and now they find the exposed player, and that puck is in the back of the net. That's perfectly played. Well, now they've got something to build on here. They feel now, I'm sure, like they're in the game because when you're down 3, it seems forever away.
Pagonis goal, scored by number 59, assisted by number 77, and by number 57. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 58 seconds.
Scores! Well, well, well.
Now they're back into the game here, only down by 1. They have the opportunity to tie this up.
Washington goal, scored by number 40, time of the goal, 14 minutes, 8 seconds.
Scores! We're all tied up.
Oh, it's getting to a stage in the game where you think they're not going to be able to find the equalizer, but they stay at it and they get it done.
Washington goal, scored by number 95, assisted by number 76.
Now you got the lead. Don't sit back. Get right back to the face-off and try and attack again.
Scores! Wow, what a goal!
Nice hands, great finish. Little short break and it's in the net.
Pagonis goal, scored by number 8, assisted by number 40.
Scores! And there's the hat trick! And I can't imagine too many hats flying for this one tonight, Ray.
No, I don't think there's going to be any unless his parents are up there. 3 goals, though, wherever it is awesome.
Pagonis goal, his third of the game, scored by number 41, assisted by number 45. Munson, time of the goal, 14 minutes, 58 seconds.
Scores! That's 2 times, 2 times!
Now he's having one of those nights, James. The puck's just following him around. You get a chance to score. You don't miss on nights like this.
Washington goal, scored by number 8.
to get them quickly, and now they've really put them back on their heels.
And there it is! Empty netter!
That'll seal it up. Pretty easy one right there for him to cash in.
And here he comes, the captain, to collect the cup. What a story of leadership this playoff run.
Well, he's always been known as a leader, but it's his production, James, that really stood out to me in this playoffs. He leads the team in goals. He's the captain of the team. He becomes the backbone of this squad, and now he's the first to hoist the Stanley Cup.
Oh, look at this moment here, Ray. He's finally done it. I think every hockey fan is happy for him here.
I'm sure there were many times where he started to wonder, could this ever happen? Or is the sand going to run out before I get a chance? Look at how happy he is.
And look who's hoisting a Stanley Cup again. Ray, this is starting to become routine.
Well, it is, but here's the thing is, like, you don't just get to show up and win the cup. You've got to be good enough to be on the best teams year after year. He has been, and here he wins again.
Ray, we typically look to the big guns to produce, but you know what? If you're going to win a Stanley Cup, you need secondary scoring. There was one with an exclamation mark.
Oh, the worker bees have to show up. They've got to give energy. They've got to kill penalties. And if you can chip in with a big goal or two, it's a bonus. He had a fantastic Stanley Cup playoffs.
Amazed that the confidence that This athlete has, not just in himself, but with this core still. 4 Stanley Cups and counting now, and already still proclaiming a desire and an expectation to win more. Like, that is bold, and that is confident with what we've seen. But quite frankly, whether I want to think that this is a hot take or not, I'm not going there. Because look at what they've done. 4 Stanley Cups already. They have ripped through the NHL. And I don't see this team ending this run anytime soon. Look at the numbers they continue to generate. Everybody still seems like they're in their prime here. So if he's already boldly proclaiming more cups after already winning 4 with this group, you know what? Wait and see. Because I don't think they're wrong on this. I think he's probably right. All right, phone lines are open now. I want to hear from you. What do you think of this take? Should he even gone there in the first place? Let's go to line number 2. I want to bring something back to him for a second here, because I've seen a lot of people critical about his comments saying, hey, you know what? I'm not content. I want to win more cups. I want more than what I've got. And people say, you're just being greedy. You're being cocky. You know what? That to me... More than 1,800 career games played. Over 1,400 career goals scored. More than 2,300 career points. An array of awards for the display case. And a 22-time Stanley Cup champion.